Hello, lovely souls. Welcome to Cosmo Muse Tarot. And this Monday's reading, we are going to be looking at just a light, quick, fun message from the energy of Summer Solstice. So when this recording is published, it will be a few days before Summer Solstice. So you may be coming here right around the time I publish it, and so it's timely for you. If you're in the southern hemisphere, that will be close to winter solstice, so like come back in 6 months, come back for your summer, or you may be coming to this in a completely different year, or summer a year from now, summer 2 years from now. So in a way it's timeless, but there's timing. We do want to tap into summer solstice energy. So it's sort of, I'm using the Season of the Witch deck and their summer solstice, or their Litha is what the kind of Celtic or pagan term for that timing is. And it's a 6 week, so in the Celtic Wheel of the year, there's 8 seasons. There are the quarter seasons, which is what we tend to mark as the solstices and equinoxes, and then there's cross-quarter seasons, which are the fire festivals and start kind of a new direction, an element in the wheel. So summer is coming at the midpoint of the fire direction of the south, and it will be from summer solstice, so in the northern hemisphere around June 21st, and it will last until the next season, which will be around August. It's usually somewhere between August 4th and 7th, which is Lammas, and it's the new direction is towards the west and water coming on. So yeah, we are finishing out the fire direction, finishing the fire element, and kind of into the heart and heat of the year of the wheel of the years. So just a quick message that this season wants to bring to you, hopefully uplifting. Some of these cards I've been playing with a little bit can get a little heated, which, you know, makes sense. Summer can be heated. And then some of them are more playful. So I am going to turn over the piles. We're going to pick 3, but I'm going to place a rock over the title, just so that you're not thinking too much about it. Just kind of plug into the stones I use, the image, or, you know, if you tend to pick piles based on their number, that's cool too. Okay, so let's get the 3 piles out. Feeling this one. I'm going to turn them over once I get all 3 out so I can quickly put the stone over the titles. Feeling that one. Oops, and this one. Okay, so the first pile is going to be with the garnerite stone. And I'm just gonna put my thumb over it first. So that is your image and garnerite stone. The second card is going to be with a stone that is azurite with green moonstone. So let's get this going. So there's your image and stone. And then the third pile will have aquamarine on it. And this is your image and stone. So these are going to be kind of simple, quick messages. If you feel drawn to more than one, feel free. You can watch all 3 if you want, if you're really drawn to them. So just sit with these, you know, give this a pause if you need, sit with these, feel into which stone or image or number is calling you in, or multiples. And timestamps will be in the descriptions, and you can jump straight to your pile or piles, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, Pile One. Welcome to your summer solstice reading. So, taking place from June, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, at least from June 21st until about August 4th through 7th. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, maybe come back for you. That would be your summer, I think, would be like December 21st until February 4th or so. Okay, but you guys have the card that says Sun Salutation, and it says, praise the temple that carries your spirit. Support is needed. So let's read about this in the guidebook. And I'll add a little bit of meaning from your stone as well. All the stones I chose have sort of a similar theme, so but there are specifics to each one too. Okay, so Sun Salutation, keywords wellness, supporting your body. Receiving this card is an immediate call to make self-care a priority, especially if you have experienced struggles in manifesting more abundance or love into your life. It may not seem as though health and wellness have anything to do with your other goals, but consider that you would not have a way to experience wealth, joy, love, or material possessions without your physical body. It is your soul's home and how you take in the world around you. Without vitality, it could become much more difficult to show up for the things money affords you. How can you enjoy travel, cars, houses, or parties if you don't have the physical strength, or enjoy time with loved ones if your mind is foggy and tired? Often a healthy body results in a healthy brain, unlocking creative ideas and making it easier to problem solve and stimulate emotional wellness. You will find the solution or answers to your questions with greater ease after making time for proper rest and better nutrition and taking a break. There's no need to look a certain way or attempt to mold yourself to unrealistic beauty standards. All that's required is finding ways to support your body to facilitate a feeling of vitality, energy, and strength. This will be different for different people, so listen to your body and let it guide you to what feels best. Beautiful. So summer is really a time to tend to self-care, but specifically like body self-care. How do you build the right kind of vitality, and finding that balance with the fire energy that's so prevalent and at its peak during this time, at least in the Celtic, theory. Are you someone that thrives with being with a lot of heat and being out in the sun, or are you someone that burns out easily and so needing to make sure you're getting enough shade and cool? If you have an AC, are you getting enough cool energy during your day to kind of get you into that comfort zone of vitality? How much heat do you need to churn up from exercise, or is exercising aggravating you? Do you need to do more cooling and yin style exercises during summer? And even like nutrition, what helps you to, like paying attention to what feels good to your digestion. Are you really enjoying fruit during summer and raw salads, or is your body really calling for things that are cooked down a little? Like just kind of taking the temperature on all these things. Like what are the things that are supporting you to be feeling your vitality at its best? And, during the majority of this season, we are in, Cancer season, and in the astrological zodiac takes up a good chunk of this particular season in the Celtic Wheel of Litha. And that is a really great time to pay attention to self-care and nurturing and nurturance. So I do feel it tapping into that. And then Leo kind of comes on for part, near the end of this part of Leo season is encompassed in this. And that is about, through Cancer season, once we find our depth and grounding and nurturance, we build up some strength, and then we feel strong and courageous enough to shine. And I kind of feel that here, like she feels very nourished, and now she's starting to open up to be able to shine. And so there is this this thing of like really kind of getting into the rhythm of this season in terms of like the quality of light and vitality needed to match the tone of the season. Your stone as well, garnerite, has a lot to do with being able to find like a balance between heaven and earth, or grounding and the ethereal. So there's something also coming through about by taking care of your body and your vitality that will help you to be able to span that whole spectrum of groundedness to etherealness. So just a little extra thing there for you guys. Okay, let's just get a little extra about this with a few more oracle cards, keeping it kind of simple here. I feel like this is the one that was really popping. So tarantula. Sorry, I don't know why I was saying tarantula. Tarantula. In the context of this deck, this animal, it has a lot to do with timing, divine timing. And it has, with the 8 legs, there's something about things that you've given a lot of space to kind of marinate or let something feel itself out, imagine itself. That space given is now coming and anchoring into time. And so there's something about like right timing happening here too. So something in summer solstice during the summer that you've been marinating, you've been giving space for, is going to start to anchor in or manifest. If you don't know what that is, just connect to some kind of divine timing coming up for you during summer solstice as well. And I do feel this sense of by being in your right vitality, by really taking care of yourself, that's something that will help you to align with the timing and to notice the timing of something. Okay, let's get a crystal affirmation about this timing thing as well. And I'm kind of feeling this one. Aquamarine, which is funny because that's pile 3 was aquamarine, so there may be a message for you in pile 3 as well. Communication, I communicate with ease and grace. So yeah, as you and that kind of taps into the garnerite stone, really being able to ground in some maybe downloads you're having and being able to express those or communicate them might have something to do with this kind of divine timing that is coming through here. So staying in your vitality, finding the right things for you that work for you in this season in particular, will give you that right ability to hold that spectrum of ethereal to groundedness, which will help you to communicate some kind of download or something that you're touching into with ease and grace. And that's the thing that's bringing in some divine timing, some right timing, divine timing for something in your life, which is really cool and beautiful. Okay, last card, we're just going to get you a goddess for this season as well. I kind of felt this top one wanting to come out. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Lakshmi, bright future, stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. So worrying does tap me into the notion that you may be in your head a little coming into this season, which would make sense because as this season starts, we're moving out of Gemini season, which is a very mind-oriented season and can bring a lot of worry. And then moving into Cancer season, which is more watery, more deep, more soulful. And so this is just saying like, yeah, get out of that worry, get back into your body. Everything is fine. And also some, with this divine timing or right timing, there's something also that's, talking about a bright future here. And I can't help but feel the resonance between the image of the woman on this card and Lakshmi. It's just sort of like she's feeling bright, right? She's looking towards the sun. She's opening up her brightness. So doing things that, yeah, bring you that right quality of vitality allows you to shine your personal sweet spot of shine, of brightness. And that is really going to help you to feel bright future, that everything's fine, and bring some calm and peace and beauty into life. So lovely reading for summer solstice. That's some really beautiful stuff coming through. So I hope you have a beautiful season, and I will see you soon in future readings. If this resonated, I always appreciate support. Likes, shares, subscribes are always great. Kind and thoughtful comments are something I very much so appreciate as well. But just thank you for being here. I love reading, so thank you for letting me read for you, and I'll see you later. Hello, beautiful pile 2. Welcome to your summer solstice reading. So energy or some kind of message from the solstice that is prevalent from June 21st until about August. We'll say August 6th. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, the right timing for you to come to this reading would be December 21st through February about 4th. So you picked the card Wildflowers. So this is your main kind of message coming through. And it says, when you allow yourself to imagine wildly, worlds of worlds are created. So let's read a little more about this from the guidebook. Let's see, keywords: taking up space, expansion, blooming. There is no shortage of wildflowers to draw inspiration from. They come alive in every shape, color, and size, and blow in every direction, radiating expansive energy and blooming in every space they can fill. Your beauty and creativity are expansive as a wild meadow, and you have drawn this card to signal it's time to take up more space. Open your mind and let your ideas soar. You may do nothing with them, but just giving yourself room to imagine what is possible is enough to nourish your soul and stimulate your awakening. This card alludes to a wonderful period of healing and blossoming, a time when all things begin to feel possible and you feel alive with vitality. You may find yourself in an especially fertile time, birthing fresh things into the world, a welcome sign for a new baby, engagement, or stirrings of a different project. Wildflowers encourages you to romanticize your life, bringing a nurturing, sensual quality to otherwise boring and mundane things. Buy yourself flowers, perfume your home, or use a whole Sunday for all-day self-care. Celebrate the abundance all around you and look for ways to invite more beauty into your world. Mama Earth is an excellent place to start for inspiration. Beautiful. So just really allowing yourself space to connect into imagination, to daydream, to wander, to, just feel connected to Earth and life and yourself, which really plugs into your stone, which is azurite with green moonstone. And it talks about this particular stone has a lot to do with connecting mind and heart. And I love that, just like coming into life with a little bit more heart infused in your mind, which to me, I don't know, that points to imagination pretty clearly. So just kind of confirmation from your stone as well. Okay, we are going to draw just a few little oracle cards to add on to this as well. So let's get an animal message that wants to say something. We've got frog. Rejuvenation, some healing. This card did in the guidebook talk a lot about that, kind of feeling a new sense of vitality, a little bit of healing coming through, and the frog coming through to kind of confirm the a sort of fresh sense of life coming through, feeling refreshed, feeling purified, feeling just like more simple and clear, and I don't know, just just a freshness coming through here, which is really great. With the frog, maybe being near water, if that's something you have access to, could also be very helpful, or taking a little extra moment in your shower to just kind of daydream and drift off a little bit. Things like that. Intentionally kind of washing your face in the evening or something could also help. Just little water things. Notice those. I think they'll amplify that kind of fresh sense coming through with the frog. Okay, let's get an affirmation about all of this from the crystal realm. This one wants to pop out. Clear quartz, clarity. I have clarity in all aspects of my life. Yeah, I mean, that matches really well with the frog. Something is, clarifying, purifying, more fresh, more simple, more clear, right? I don't know about you guys, but I sometimes find that when I'm allowing my mind to be a bit more meandering, a little bit more relaxed, that can help life to flow a little better. There's like less friction, less resistance that you're facing, especially with like your heart more connected to mind kind of coming through with this reading. I don't know, there is something about that easing off, allowing some daydreaming, that I do feel kind of that water element in the sense of energy moving, like a more flow coming in, which I think can lead to better clarity. Just letting things be easy and relaxed for this time for you will bring more clarity. And I think it's because, a little bit of a daydreamy tone is allowing something to flow, and it's allowing you to be a little more in heart. Okay, to end this, let's get you a goddess for your summer solstice season. That one wanted to kind of pop out. Freya, bold. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. Very interesting. Definitely kind of a new energy popping out here. What I'm feeling about this is like there's kind of a story coming through by entering this season and getting that note to kind of let go and relax and allow some meandering and some imagination, that bringing, a certain clarity and freshness and simplicity to flow forward. And through that, it's like, so I do feel that clarity taking on a new pointedness now, that like maybe some really specific thing you're getting clear about, that then inspires you to take a risk, to say yes, to leap into something. So I kind of feel like Freya coming near the end of this season, so like end of July or early August, or if you're coming later from the southern hemisphere, like getting closer into February or the first few days of February, whichever hemisphere you're in, however that plays out, but like the back end of things, like Freya turning on. So just like allow yourself to be more heart-centered and meandering and relaxed, and something really clear will come from that will inspire some kind of daring and bold action or risk, that I think you'll feel kind of like inspired and courageous to engage in that. Really beautiful, very lively energy with this. Even though there's like some of that daydreaminess, there's still something like a beautiful colorfulness here too. Oh, and I can't help but look at my, dried flowers from my own garden and yard, kind of matching these, even though they're not necessarily wild flowers. I don't know, it just matches. It just makes me happy to look at. Okay. Happy summer solstice, everyone, or pile 2 specifically. If this resonates, I always appreciate support. Likes, shares, subscribes are an easy way to do that. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. And yeah, just thank you for being here. I love reading, so thank you for allowing me to read for you, and I will see you guys in future readings. Hello, beautiful pile 3. Welcome to your summer solstice reading. So this reading will cover some beautiful message from this season that is in Celtic. It's called Litha, or in the Celtic Wheel of the Year, I should say, or the Pagan Wheel of the Year. It's called Litha, and so from June 21st through about August 5th, 6th, around there. If you are coming from the Southern Hemisphere, this will be from December 21st until about February 4th for you guys. Okay, so pile 3, your card is roses, and the little wording underneath it says, "The soft petal felt upon your flesh is ready to release her thorns." Interesting. So let's read a little bit more about this from the guidebook to get into it. It says keywords: divine love, lasting relationships, and support. Few symbols represent love more than the rose. Its delicate petals in pretty shades meet prickly thorns and sturdy stems, much like love in the real sense. A rose is beauty intertwining with the occasional pain, all in an enduring dance of sharing your life with another. Roses in your spread symbolize an eternal love that has the potential to stand the test of time. It may not be fast or especially passionate, but it is solid and supportive, affectionate and endearing. It's the kind of love that reinvents itself, like a rose turning into a dried flower and expressing its beauty in a completely new way. If you are in a relationship, your partner is reliable and prefers to express themselves in practical ways rather than grand romantic gestures. They're more likely to fill your car with gas or take out the trash than to whisk you away to Paris, but you'll never have to question their loyalty. If you're seeking love, this card reminds you to consider someone who may not be the most attractive or interesting, but will be a soft place for you to land and rest your head through the good times and bad. If your reading is about someone outside of a romantic relationship, receiving this card is confirmation of their devotion to you, or a sign they are okay and you don't have to worry about them. They will find the help and support they need. The same can be said for you if you're experiencing difficult times. Help is on the way in the form of a supportive friend, mentor, or family member. Really lovely. I love how it kind of broadened the term of partnerships and relationships and love to not always having to be about like a spouse. You can hold a lot of relational and loving energy with all sorts of people in life. And so that's just like kind of coming through that things are good, things are looking up. Yeah, and I even like that note, like don't, if there's someone you're worrying about, it's like ease off of that maybe a little bit, like things are maybe better than you're perceiving. But in general, just like a beautiful energy coming in terms of like how your heart is connecting and receiving and giving and loving in the world, and those kinds of exchanges. Loving sorts of exchanges is like kind of coming up less prickly for this season for you. So really beautiful. And then the addition of aquamarine, this can bring some really like a beautiful ability to express yourself and communicate what you need. So maybe like tapping in, because there's a lot of heart energy here, really being able to express what's in your heart with elegance and eloquence and beauty and love, right? So that adds like another flavor there. There's some kind of expression being able to be tapped into here. Really beautiful. Okay, so just to add on a little bit to this, we're going to get an animal message, an affirmation, and a goddess. Okay, so let's get your animal message. You've got Scorpion. Yeah, so this is indicating that maybe you are coming from a season where things have been a little bit thorny, a little bit heated, a little bit intense. Yeah, maybe there's something specific this is referring to, or maybe in general you've just felt a little heated about being able to be loving with others, really being able to come from your heart with others, and feeling a little feisty or a little, I don't know, just wound up in some intensity that's making it hard to like be more heartfully centered with others. And so yeah, I mean, this definitely taps into what was said like in this little saying on the rose card: the soft petal felt upon your flesh is ready to release her thorn. So like ready to kind of release some, with the Scorpion, some of this intense energy, or you know, if there is a specific kind of heated thing going on in your life, like something's ready to kind of soften up here, and a thorn is coming out, right? Some healing coming in with that. Yeah, so that's really beautiful to see, especially if that does really specifically connect to you, if there's been, you know, some heated things with others in your life lately. Summer will bring in some, yeah, softer energy and some healing. Okay, and then an affirmation here. Chrysotile, power animal. My power animal supports, guides, and loves me throughout my life. Very interesting, and coming literally above an animal card. Adding a new dimension to Scorpion, I think. Yeah, let me go into this. This is interesting. Very interesting. You know, in some way, or at least for the season you're coming out of, I think the Scorpion has come in to be your power animal. And however you feel about things and the intensity and exchanges that had gone on, I think this is saying soften up about any self-judgments, because you were actually being supported from Scorpion as your power animal. Like this was kind of a divine guidance, and Scorpion was kind of supporting you. And so actually like think that. I know like for some people, if you do get riled up or more heated than you're used to, you can kind of question if that was all right, or, you know, being perceived a certain way, or like, was I too self-centered, or did I get too angry, or did I draw too strong of boundaries, or, you know, like all those things, especially if you're a sensitive person, can go through your mind when you do get, you know, kind of find the power of the Scorpion. And so I feel like this is saying like, ease off of those questions. They're not valid for you. That Scorpion energy that has been present for you wasn't a power animal supporting you, and it was positive and needed and divinely orchestrated. So I do think, I still do feel Scorpion backing off, maybe a different power. Let's see what your power, because I feel like this is where you're coming from, right? Like a thorn's being released. It matches this Scorpion energy of some intensity and heat, and something to be, you know, heat that needs confronting especially. But I feel like this is the power animal you're coming from, and the message was like, about this going into summer is like, let go of any feelings about that, or rumination about it, or judgments about it. It was all positive and for your support and protection that this energy was given to you or allowed to be released in you. and you don't need it anymore coming into summer because something's softening, something's healing, the thorn is being released. So I kind of want to see then what the new power, because this is specifically referencing power animal. So I want to see what your summer power animal is, because I think you're releasing Scorpion. Crow, so you're coming into a lot of wisdom, a lot of being able to step back and see the big picture of things, being able to understand some long-term goals, some beautiful foresight, and really coming into some wisdom that's allowing you to make some beautiful plans. And because the theme of your reading has to do with like heart exchanges and being in supportive exchanges and loving exchanges, and with the aquamarine being able to express from your heart very elegantly and eloquently. The crow is bringing a lot of, I have to sneeze and it's not coming out, but that's interesting. Why did that come out? I feel that that's the thorn releasing, and the crow is like helping you to see a bigger picture, helping you to extract the wisdom that's needing to be integrated from what's happened in the previous season or two. And then being able to look forward, have more foresight about like, what does the future of my relationships hold? What do I envision for heart exchanges and loving support in my life for my future? And if I can see that clearly about how I want that to feel a year, 5 years, 10 years from now, I can start using the wisdom of what I'm seeing now to make some changes that foster and cultivate more loving energy in certain relationships in my life. Beautiful. So actually, like, you're the pile that's definitely doing like some deeper work, possibly this whole year, but it's, following through in summer, but something is easing up. You're integrating the lesson, and now you're kind of getting vision of where you want to be, and so what to start doing now. Okay, let's get you a goddess for your summer. And we have Green Tara, start delegating, ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything yourself. And so some of the relational heart exchange energy coming up may have to do with like how the load has been shared in your life, whether that's domestically or in work. So this does give a little more specificity to the types of relationships that you may be coming from as heated, and the types of relationships that you're now gaining some wisdom about how to better cultivate for more love within them. The relationships that have to do with delegation, where there's kind of like work to be done. So it does feel either domestic or work related here. But interpret that how you will. Whatever this connects to for you is for you. It doesn't have to be domestic or work if delegation or not having to do everything by yourself makes sense for any other kind of relationship that you're associating to what you've been feeling here. But yeah, healing coming in, really downloading and assimilating the wisdom and lessons that were meant to be understood and gained from certain experiences, and a softening here. But ultimately just like a lot of foresight and wisdom coming through from the power animal realm in relation to feeling supported and supporting others, and a feeling of love within those types of exchanges. And yeah, so Beautiful, beautiful, softening up, easing up, wisdom coming in and vision coming in and power animal support in big ways for you, probably this whole year, but it seems like in phases. So moving from Scorpion to Crow. Okay, I hope this resonated. If so, I always appreciate support. Likes, shares, subscribes are easy ways to do that. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well, but just grateful that you're here. Thank you for letting me read for you guys, and wishing you a very wise, healing, softening summer to you. I hope it's beautiful.